Okay, boys and girls. So, I don't know how else to put this, but this episode was pretty good. But this episode was dragged straight from the 60s or 70s. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, like straight up, I'm gonna be frank. This episode, like it was from the 80s. There is no other way to put it. Like the plot of this episode feels like something out of the 80s. The story beats of it. I'm telling you, man, it is. This episode was lifted. The plot must have been lifted almost bar for bar from the original Grendizer. And you know what? I'm fine with that because like it's a Grendizer remake. You probably should, you know. What's the right word? Remake Grendizer. But yeah, um, I did enjoy this episode. It furthered the characters a little bit. It showed the doubts in the princess's mind and her sister, who's like far more aggressive. She was basically like trying to convince her that no, drop all feelings, all that. And I'm gonna be frank. Honestly, with the way this show is going, I'm kind of wondering if whether or not the redheaded sister is gonna die. Um, the princess's sister, because I really do not know. And like to be fair, I don't think it's gonna happen, but there always is that chance, which is kind of engaging, right? Also, we got introduced to a new scientist, so new breed of weapons, and yeah, overall the episode was really good. Except for one part. And you know the white haired guy who me and my buddy have conveniently complained about constantly over like the past, what, 9 reviews or 8 reviews, I guess. Yeah, they're trying to like give him some sort of redemption arc. No, I really could not care less. I don't want him to have a redemption arc, not even in the slightest. I haven't seen the original Grendizer. I don't know if it's in line with like in the original he becomes a good. Frankly, I don't care. Um, just burn him. Like, okay, here's the thing, right? There are two ways to get disliked by your audience in a TV show. You either need to be annoying or do bad things to the main character. That guy has done both. So it makes me wonder, why are they trying to redeem him? Like I genuinely am going, why? Why are you trying to redeem this man? We all hate him. I like every person, all the discourse around this show. Haven't seen anyone talk about, oh, his redemption arc is gonna be great. Like, dog, I don't want no stinging redemption. I don't care. I don't want it. Screw this guy. Burn him. He's a douche. He slaughtered Bro's entire family, framed him for it, came to Earth, got his ass handed to him, and now we're supposed to feel bad for him? No. Like, I'm sorry. You messed with the wrong person and you got clocked in the face. How is that my fault? It's like those videos of the people who are doing like the trend like trolls on like TikTok or something like that. Except like you know what I'm talking about. The people who are like they're trolling but they're doing like genuinely mean things to people, and then some guy just like yells at them to like go away and stop bugging them. And you always end up in the videos going, "Yeah, that guy's right. Why are you bugging a bunch of random people? Like I'm all for a good joke, but you're just being a douche." And this guy, he's just a douche. So I don't know why they're trying to redeem him. And like to be fair, I notice a lot of shows nowadays, for some reason, they always try to redeem character. Like we always stories have become far less black and white. But I'm gonna be frank, sometimes stories are black and white. Like and sometimes the world is black and white. Like, let's be frank, okay? There are some people in this world who are objectively bad and some who are objectively good. That doesn't mean there aren't a lot of grays in this world, but guess what? In this instance, I would suggest trying to conquer the entire universe and commit war crimes. Also, betraying your comrades, killing the family of the person you have sworn to protect is not morally gray, okay? And guess what? From all the information we've been provided in the show, he was a knight, a high-ranking knight in the in Fleet's planet. So I'm wondering, they try to drop some lore on us, like, oh, he had a really difficult life growing up. I'm like, okay, cool. And now he's living comfortably due to the family, but yet he decided to kill the family and swear his allegiance to a mass dictatorship. And now I'm supposed to feel bad and hope he can redeem himself and become a good person? Like, I don't get it. And apart from that, this episode is fine, it's serviceable. It definitely feels like a classic Toei episode, But I'm like, dude, what is, I don't know. I'm sorry. Typically, people who commit atrocities should not be praised and should not get redemption unless it was for a good reason. And him being like, oh, well, bad things happened to me before. That's not a good reason, dog. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm all for taking revenge, not necessarily, but when people, the classic samurai trope of this evil man killed my family, so now I'm trying to avenge them. That trope, it makes sense. But here, from what we know, Fleet's family, Duke's family, had absolutely nothing to do with any of the bad things that happened to the guy. And now he murks them and betrays them. Not only that, he intentionally causes Fleed to go on this mass rampage because he knew that he was going to start tweaking when his family died, right? And so I'm supposed to feel bad that this guy took his anger out on people who didn't deserve it and then proceeded to slander him to his fiance, and then they were going to kill him, but since he lost, now he gets the redemption. Like, do y'all see what I mean? I don't understand this. You don't get to act like that, you know? And the fact that the show's trying to treat him as and now like they're giving, at the end of the episode, he's flying away, or he has a machine and the machine sails away, and the chick who's been asking about good and bad people this entire time, she's like, thank you so much for what you did and all this. And he's like, am I a good person yet? And she's like, no, keep dreaming. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna be dreaming for a long time there, but dude, nothing about him is good. And the fact that there's some semblance of resolution, despite the fact that, hey, even when he was captured in the enemy fortress and had time to reflect, you know what he did? He found a slime guy and then proceeded to try to get the slime guy to murder Duke. So he learned nothing. And then the next episode, he somehow is getting rewarded. I'm gonna be frank, I really hope that the next episode he's taking that war machine and he's flying up to the mother base to try to kiss the boots of the two dictators and generals, sorry, so he can get his position back. Genuinely, I want that to happen. I do not want this fake redemption arc for a character who doesn't deserve it. And the fact that this is the main thing I've been talking about all the episode should prove that, okay, this episode overall was mediocre, but those scenes all together are just incredibly stupid, and they make me go, wow, that's bad. I really don't want that. So you know what? Overall, I think I'm gonna give this episode a 5 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's the definition of mediocre. Honestly, it kind of even leans a little bit into the negative, but Can't really help. Also, I've realized that like Koji is completely sidelined, but I think that issue will be cleared up in the future, so I don't think it's worth mentioning to bog this episode down. Anywho, I'm done for the night. This is Rock signing out.